This is Munchie. We seized her from a marijuana grow up, and I got attached while she was in shelter and ended up adopting her. Went into the University of Calgary coming right out of high school with really no direction. And some of the courses that I liked, taking the general studies, pre-management stuff, was the abnormal psychology, sociology, those sorts of things. So when I finally got my stuff together and decided I didn't want to sit at a desk every day, I wanted some variation in my day-to-day, and I love being out in the community rather than chained to a desk. So, the law enforcement end of things looked pretty attractive at that point, and that's where I started looking at Mount Royal for the applied degree, and what really opened my eyes to the other possibilities, especially in the peace officer program. I had no idea there were counties employing peace officers to do traffic enforcement and animal control and that kind of stuff. So it was eye-opening, and I started to trend away from policing and started to look at some of the other options.
Beauty, come here. Come. Come here. Good girl.
When we're dealing with animals, we're dealing with them on their own turf for the most part too, so we have to take that into consideration. There are certainly those animals that are going to run right to you and are wagging their tails and more than happy to get the attention, but there also are those that are under-socialized or protective of their property, and so we're incredibly careful with our own safety, both with the humans that may want to do us harm for taking their animals away, but also with the animals themselves. And so we take our time, we make sure that we're safe, we make sure that we're keeping the animals safe, and so sometimes it takes that bonding time. I know I myself have spent hours in a yard trying to make friends with a dog to get it out of there on a leash rather than a control pole. We see the best and the worst in humanity. I mean, it's as rewarding to see someone that's not taking care of their pet the greatest turn into an ideal pet owner just with some education. But yeah, on the other end of things, you certainly see some people that are committing some horrific acts of violence and neglect towards animals, and it's hard to see animals that have been treated so bad for so long that they have kind of shut down, or they're feral and they never really had the socialization to begin with. But to temper that, it's also incredibly rewarding to see those animals come out of their shell and start to improve and get to a point where they're able to go into a home and be a family member rather than a commodity. I don't have to sit on the sidelines and watch it. I get to have a meaningful impact.